All right, good morning, everyone. I'm Judge Blake Adams. We're here for criminal pretrial conferences for non-jury trial cases. We have Ms. Karimi from the state via Zoom. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. All right. The bailiffs are going to direct you to come up to the podium. When you do, please state your name and we'll address your case.
Para casos criminales, los alguacil lo va a ir llamando para que se pongan delante del Estado.
Judge, is Ms. Armpriester there?
No.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Will you tell me your name?
Alejandra Fernandez.
All right, this is case number 20 CT 2227. How old are you, Ms. Hernandez? How old are you?
17.
Okay, and you have a parent or guardian with you?
Yes.
Okay. You're here on a no valid driver's license offense. Looks like you just handed my bailiff a driver's license. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm checking, Your Honor.
All right. And the driver's license appears to be valid. It is a learner's license, Ms. Karimi. Class E.
Yes, it is valid according to the DMV. Your Honor, at this time, the state announces a null pros in 20 CT 2227.
All right, Ms. Hernandez, thank you for getting your driver's license. Because you got your driver's license, the state has dropped the charges against you and you're free to go. All right, thank you. Take care. Good morning. Will you tell me your name? Tell me your last name again. Thank you. All right, this is case number 20 CT 2036. Mr. Lopez, did you get your driver's license?
No se lo digo todavía. Lo de pata por
They want me, they said the 30-day didn't count since we didn't automatically start on the 1st of this month and we don't have 30 days in this month. Which the weekends didn't count, they want
30 school days.
Yes, not the weekends.
All right, so you need some additional time.
Yes,
All right. Ms. Karimi, any objection to continuing Mr. Lopez's case?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Is it April 5th?
Yes, Chair.
All right, April 5th at 9 o'clock, we'll have you sign for that. That should give you enough time to get those school days completed. Okay. All right. Thank you. Good morning. Will you tell me your name? All right, this is case number 20 CT 2089. Ms. Hernandez, you're currently represented by the public defender. So, because you're represented by the public defender, I'm going to have to ask you to go up to the 5th floor. Did you happen to get your driver's license? Okay, so I'm going to have you go up to the 5th floor to the office of the public defender, and we'll address your case when Ms. Armpriester arrives via Zoom. She's in another courtroom right now. Okay, thank you.
Fifth floor?
Yes, 5th floor. That's where the public defender's office is. Thank you.
You're going to recall that one?
Yeah, we'll recall it.
Okay.
Good morning. Will you tell me your name?
Dígame su nombre, señor. José Soto.
All right, Mr. Soto, you have the public defender also.
Señor, usted también tiene un abogado de oficio. Yes.
So I'm going to have to request that you go up to the 5th floor to the office of the public defender.
Vaya a la oficina, al quinto piso, la oficina de abogado de oficio.
Did you happen to get your driver's license?
¿Yo usted tiene licencia?
Okay. All right, you'll have to go up to the 5th floor and we'll address your case when Ms. Armpriester or Ms. Woodley joins us
Cuando
via Zoom.
Mr. Woodley comparezcan vía Zoom, entonces trataremos su caso. Fifth floor?
Yes,
Sí. What's the case number, Your Honor?
20 CT 1431. And we'll recall that.
Thank you. Come in.
Good morning, will you tell me your name?
Dígame su nombre, señor. Giancarlo Piñero Sánchez.
All right, this is case number 21 CT 21.
21CT21 es el número de su caso.
So you're here on a charge of driving without a valid license.
Manejando sin licencia de conducir. Es el cargo que se le imputa.
Did you get your driver's
¿Ya
license?
tú? Yes.
Okay. All right, it appears that Ms. Karimi, he does have a valid license at this time.
Pero me parece que tiene una licencia de conducir en estos momentos válida.
Okay, Judge, I'm just verifying. Your Honor, at this time, the state announces a null pros in 21 CT 21.
En estos momentos el Estado está anunciando que no va a procesar el caso.
All right, Mr. Pinero, thank you for getting your driver's license. Because you got your driver's license, the state has dropped the charges against you and you're free to go.
Por tener licencia y debido a que usted la obtuvo por el fiscal a retirar su caso, ya se puede marchar.
All right, thank you. Good morning, will you tell me your name? What was the last name again?
Bernardo, CEO.
Thank you. All right, this is case number 20 CT 2185.
CT 2185.
Yes. All right, Mr. Bernardo, you're here on a charge of driving while license suspended or revoked, a second-degree misdemeanor punishable by a maximum of 60 days in the county jail. Did you get your driver's license reinstated?
If I may,
Hang on, Ms. Karimi.
he has another pending case, 21 CT 386, that was up for arraignment on this past Thursday, but we neglected to ask the court to reassign it to you because you have the lower case number. So I was wondering if we could do that.
All right, 21 CT 386. Could you bring that into this proceeding? And I'll order it be reassigned to me. Okay, now, Mr. Bernardo, what were you saying about your license?
Okay, so previously I came in and told you that I had an NDR. It's a national, I'm on the National Driver Registry because of my appeal in PA, but I don't know why they haven't taken me off of it because I'm on that. When I go to the DMV, I'm on a not list. I paid all my fines, literally all my fines. I went broke doing it and I'm just waiting to get taken off that NDR. But I believe that because they had 3 back-to-back snowstorms up north, that's why. Because I can't get on the phone with a live representative.
Okay,
So I'm just kind of nervous about that.
all right. Ms. Karimi, if Mr. Bernardo gets his license reinstatement, will his offers improve?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Bernardo, would you like to continue your cases? Madam Clerk, let's continue both cases to April 5th at 9 o'clock.
So my court date on the 29th is to April 5th.
Correct. We're going to cancel the March 29th.
Sorry,
Okay. Yes, we're going to give you a new notice, okay?
All right, I appreciate that.
All right. Stay in contact with them, try to get that resolved,
Yeah, no,
okay?
I call every morning, like literally.
Okay. All right, thank you, Mr. Bernardo.
Thank you.
Good morning, will you tell me your name?
Buenos días, diga su nombre. Raimundo Méndez.
All right, this is case number 20 CT 2429.
27-429 del número de su caso.
Sir, you're currently represented by the public defender,
Está en estos momentos
Ms. Armpriester.
abogado oficio.
I'm gonna need you to go up to the 5th floor to the public defender's office,
Oficina de abogado oficio.
and we will address your case later when Ms. Armpriester arrives.
Cuando llegue la señorita Armpriester, entonces veremos su caso.
Did you happen to get your driver's license reinstated?
¿Tuvo la licencia?
Okay. All right, well, you'll need to go up to the 5th floor to talk to the public defender's
Al
office,
quinto piso, ya, a la oficina de abogado.
and we'll recall his
Next
case.
floor? Sí, sí. Thank you.
Good morning, will you tell me your name?
Dígame su nombre. Buenos días. Manuel Martínez. Manuel Martínez.
Mr. Martinez, you're also represented by the public defender.
Señor, usted también está representado como abogado oficio.
Did you get your driver's license?
¿Ya tuvo la licencia? No. No.
All right, I need you to go up to the 5th floor to the office of the public defender,
Ahora al quinto piso, la oficina de abogado oficio también.
and we will address your case with Ms. Armpriester when she
La señorita
arrives.
Armpriester, verá su casa. Quinto piso, sí. Abogado oficio.
We'll recall it.
Lo llamaremos. Thank you.
Morning,
Good morning, Your Honor.
will you tell me your name?
Yes, sir. Kelly L. E-O-W-E-R, sir.
I'm sorry, tell me your last name again.
Elward, E-L-W-E-R, sir. Elward.
Do you happen to have any paperwork with you?
Paperwork for,
Do you like a case number?
no, sir. Ms. Armpriester asked me to be here this morning. She worked out some plea with the state attorney or whatever.
All right, well, I don't see your case on this docket.
Can you spell your last name for me
E-L-W-E-R. And they assigned me for the 9th, excuse me, the 1st and the 2nd. Day of the first.
He's with, is it Kelly, is his first name?
Oh, it's with Judge Nicola.
Yeah, that's what they, he said,
It's
I gotta get a Judge Nicola.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Right.
That's okay.
Yeah, we need to go. I think we set the trial tomorrow.
I think they made out some kind of plea.
Although I think they already called the case because there's a note in the file that says it's set for a plea March 23rd. And that note was
Go ahead and go to Judge Nicola's courtroom. Do you know which courtroom that is?
What the county handed out up there.
We'll let him know.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Adelante.
Hey, Your Honor, is she down 1B?
We're checking right now.
Sure, I'll stop at one.
Okay, okay. Good morning, will you tell me your name?
Buenos días, por favor, ¿me puede decir su nombre? Buenos días.
Luis Martin.
Luis Martín Gómez. Paz.
All right, this is case number 20 CT 334.
Este es 427, el número de su caso.
Charged with driving on an expired license more than 6 months.
Hablando de más de 6 meses.
Were you able to get your license?
No, me manda con abogado de oficio. Sending with the public defender. Fui apliqué ahí, I applied already, y me dijeron que está en proceso de esto, pero no yo me dio esto otra vez porque me ha llamado porque yo cambié de teléfono y tuve que estar por el COVID. I was in the hospital for possible COVID. Me han llamado porque cambié el número de teléfono, porque no estaba ahí. I came back again to they to ask. I changed my phone number. I came back to they just double check.
All right, I don't see an application for the public defender in the court file.
No veo aquí ninguna solicitud. Esto yo presenté ahí. Esto me llegó un día también ahí. I got this today here. No, yo presenté antes una también ahí. Before, I applied for one. Yo le dije hoy día ahí también. Today, same again.
Okay,
Me dieron otra vez. So they give me another form.
have you completed it?
Y te la llenó o no? Sí, I did. Y le dije yo que yo tuve, hubieron detenido en cuanto ganaba. Sí, yo lo dejé otra vez ahí. I left everything back. They asked me if I was detained and everything like that.
Okay, well, what I'd like for you to do is go ahead and fill out that application again. Take it down to the first floor where it says customer service. Let me know whether or not you've been approved and then come back to this courtroom.
Vaya por un piso, llénalo otra vez. Vaya donde dice servicio aquí. No hay ni
If you want to fill it out here in the courtroom,
llénalo aquí, llénalo aquí.
we'll give it to the clerk, okay?
Y désela a la escribana.
There's a pen over there on that table. Let's stay till he's finished, I'm sorry. Good morning, will you tell me your name? All right, this is case number 20 CT 2585. And Mr. Stevens, you're here on a charge of driving while license suspended or revoked. That's a second-degree misdemeanor punishable by maximum sentence of 60 days in the county jail. Were you able to get your license reinstated?
I wasn't, I'm still not there, but I just need to believe that there's some fines and I costs in the vehicle. There's costs that I'm still back working and trying to figure out
What you need to do? Okay. Ms. Karimi, if Mr. Stevens obtains a valid license, will that improve his offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Stevens, would you like some additional time in order to try to get that license reinstated? All right, any objection to April 5th?
Okay, Your Honor.
All right, we're going to continue your case to April 5th at 9 o'clock. Try to get as much as you can done, you know, in order to get the license reinstated by then, okay? All right. Good morning, will you tell me your name? What was the last name? All right, this is case number 20 CT 1879. So you're here on a charge of driving while license suspended or revoked. That's a second-degree misdemeanor, punishable by a maximum of 60 days in the county jail. Have you been able to get your license reinstated?
Not yet. I have to be more classes. I thought I was going to be good and prepared, and that I was just doing. And going to have to take another class.
Okay, so you need some.
I have to go sign up for it and get you today.
Okay, so you need some additional time. Any objection to a continuance?
This is 20 CT 1879.
Correct.
That's fine, Judge.
Okay, Mr. LeBourne, we're going to continue your case to April 5th at 9 o'clock. Try to get as much as you can done toward getting your license reinstated, okay? All right, thank you. We'll give you a notice. Good morning, will you tell me your name?
Dígame su nombre.
Carmen Giselle Maldonado Navarro.
Carmen Giselle Maldonado Morales.
Enamorado.
Enamorado.
All right, this is case number 20 CT 2551. And ma'am, you're here on a charge of driving without a valid license. That's a second-degree misdemeanor punishable by a maximum sentence of 60 days in the county jail. Were you able to obtain a license?
Yes.
Do you have it with you?
No.
But you obtained one? You got a driver's license?
¿O no? Que si puede obtener la licencia, sí. Yes. Later on. Further on. I'm in the process.
Okay, so you have not obtained one yet.
So no tiene todavía uno.
All right. How much time do you need?
¿Cuánto tiempo necesita? I don't know.
Well, do you know what you have to do in order to obtain one?
Para tener uno, ¿sabe lo que tiene que hacer? No.
Do you understand that you have the right to an attorney? If you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you.
Si no puede contratar un abogado privado, le nombraremos uno de oficio.
Do you understand that?
¿Entiende eso? Yes.
Do you intend on proceeding without an attorney, hiring an attorney, or do you need me to appoint one?
¿Quiere proceder con un abogado? ¿Va a contratar un abogado privado o quiere un abogado?
Yes, my number, my phone number, I don't know.
Okay? I'm going to privado, private attorney. I will hire a private attorney.
All right.
Good.
Do you think you can get one hired by April 5th?
Para abrir sí que va a poder tener uno. Yes.
All right. Any objection to a continuance?
No, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, we're going to continue your case to April 5th at 9 o'clock. Try to have your attorney hired by that date.
¿Está bien? Yes.
All right. We're going to have you sign for that.
Dime la próxima comparecencia.
Eduardo,
Yes.
I need your help with him for a minute. Does he work? Yes, does he
¿Usted
work?
está trabajando, señor?
Yo,
Yes.
sí.
Okay,
Sí, los días así. Días, sí, no.
Sometimes, some days, yes, sometimes I don't.
Okay, I need to know if he gets paid weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, and how
Se
much.
le paga mensual, semanal,
Semanal,
weekly. ¿Cuánto?
de 300, 350.
Between 300 250.
Okay, we'll go 3.
Sorry?
Okay, does he get, how much he get for social security?
So, por seguridad social, ¿cuánto tiene?
Yo tengo seguro social, pero no me dan ni nada.
I don't get anything from social.
Okay, well, just check, yes, okay. No unemployment, workman's compensation,
Compensación de trabajo, no.
okay. He doesn't get any veterans benefit,
Beneficio de veterano y todo.
No,
No.
does he have a bank account?
Tiene una cuenta bancaria.
no. Hago los taxes y yo. Todos los años hago los taxes.
I do my taxes every year.
Okay, he doesn't have any sponsor bonds?
Tiene, o sea, no tenerlo. Sorry?
Oh, I'm sorry, you said no?
Say, sorry, what's the question?
I asked if he had any stocks for bonds.
¿Tiene alguna acción en la bolsa?
No.
No.
Okay. All right, Judge, he qualifies.
All right. Which case was this? I'm sorry.
This is Mr. Gomez, Paz Gomez. 2334.
Okay. All right. I'll go ahead and make a temporary appointment based on the application.
Nombramiento temporal como abogado.
Ms. Karimi, any objection to continuing this to the next pretrial?
No, Judge, but I'm sorry, I missed the case number.
Sure, it's 20 CT 334.
And he's qualified?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Judge. I have no objection.
All right. So we're going to continue your case to April 5th at 9 o'clock.
Abril 5 a las 9 de la mañana se continúa su caso.
Before you leave the courthouse today, go up to the 5th floor to the public defender's office. Tell them that you applied and were approved for their services. And set up a time to meet with your attorney before the next court date.
Right now, right?
Yes. All right. We're going to give you a notice. Thank you, Eduardo. All right. Are you ready for me to keep going?
Yes, I had to put the PD in first.
Okay.
1 second. Sorry about that.
That's okay. All right. All right. Let me call on the person whose screen name is FLACH. Good morning.
Good morning.
Will you tell me your name?
Martha Reyes.
All right. Case number 20 CT 1395. All right, Ms. Reyes, you're here on a charge of driving while license suspended or revoked. That's a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by a maximum sentence of 60 days in the county jail. Did you happen to get your driver's license reinstated?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
All right, Judge, let me look.
Hold on. I can't turn my thing on. I don't know what happened.
That's okay.
All right, Judge, it is valid. Your Honor, at this time, the state announces a null pros in 20 CT 1395.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Reyes, for getting your driver's license reinstated. Because you got your driver's license reinstated, the state has dropped the charges against you and you're free to go.
Okay, thank you so much. And I'm sorry I couldn't see you. I don't know what happened with my screen.
That's okay. We could see you.
Oh, okay.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Reyes.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Judge, I'm sorry to interrupt, but while Ms. Armpriester is here, she has a case set this afternoon that's set for trial. She indicates to me that it's going to plea. So I was wondering if I could call off my witness.
What case?
She's on, Ms. Armpriester, you're on mute. I think it's
That is correct, Your Honor. Thank you for bringing that up, Madam State Judge. It's 20 CT 277, Mr. Rashad Mitchell.
All right. So you're in agreement that the state's witnesses don't need to be here?
Absolutely, Judge. If Mr. Mitchell doesn't show up with that license, he will be accepting their offer as is, which is a withhold and court costs.
Okay. All right. I'll go ahead and excuse your witnesses, Ms. Karimi.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll have someone cancel them.
All right.
Thank you, Ms. Karimi.
Okay, let me call on the person whose screen name is Greg P. You'll have to unmute your device.
Okay, can you hear me?
All right, I can hear you. Can you tell me your name?
Yes, Greg Panis.
All right, case number 20 CT 2599.
Yes.
And you're here on an attached tag or sticker not assigned. Were you able to
Right.
get that corrected?
Yeah, here's here's what happened, Your Honor. About a month ago, I sent this overnight to our county, MVD, here in Montana, with an overnight to come back. They said with the weather and everything, seems like it was lost in the system, but this past Friday afternoon, I was online. I've been talking to them every day. I was online. It was delivered to them Friday afternoon. So I'm assuming that they will get everything done today, and I will have this back by Wednesday, I'll have it back by Wednesday or Thursday. And I spoke with Julie Ann at Gilmore or Romanelli. She gave me, like the judge, when I saw him the last time, an email address to, once I get this, to send this in.
Okay. All right. So we need to continue your case so that you can get those documents.
Yes, I'll have, like I said, I should have it. I expect to have everything by Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay.
You know, and I'll send everything in.
Okay. Ms. Karimi, any objection to a continuance?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Sir, we're going to continue your case to April 5th at 9 o'clock. If you get those documents before then, go ahead and file those or send those per the instructions from my judicial assistant. And,
Okay.
And then we will see how that goes, and then we'll see you back on April 5th.
April 5th. Okay, and they'll send me a notices letter as well, or?
Yes, you'll get a notice in the mail, as well as you'll get the Zoom codes in the mail.
Okay, I'll just make a note here. Okay, I will, like I said, I should have it Wednesday, Thursday at the latest, and I'll make sure I'll get everything emailed into her.
Okay, very good.
Okay? Thank you very much. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye now.
All right, let me go to Rashawn Bryant. All right, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
All right, this is case number 20CT1682. All right, and sir, you're here on a charge of driving without a valid license. Were you able to get your license?
No, sir. I don't know.
Your microphone keeps muting. Are you there?
Oh, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Oh, no, sir. I had lost my job, but I just literally got a new job. I had got my interview and everything. I just started back working. Like, I just started back working tomorrow.
Okay. Do you know what you have to do to get your license?
Oh, yes, sir. I just have to show proof. I just have to get my insurance situated.
Okay. Do you think you can get it by April 5th?
I think that may be a little reach. I wish if I could have something just at a little later than that, the end of April, I'll have everything together. I mean, between that and the court fees and everything.
Ms. Karimi, any objection to going out 2 cycles and making that a final continuance?
That's fine, Judge. That was going to be my request because this is an older case.
Okay. All right. I tell you what, Mr. Bryant, I'm going to continue your case to May 10th at 9 o'clock, but this will be the final continuance. So you'll need to get your license by May 10th. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. All right. May 10th at 9 o'clock. Thank you, Mr. Bryant.
Okay. Thank you. Have a blessed day.
You too. All right. And let me go to Ms. Armpriester. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Thank you for being so patient.
Absolutely. We had a few of your clients that showed up in the courtroom, or I think one of them might have been Ms. Woodley's, and we sent them to your office.
Yes, Your Honor. I don't have a preference for how we call the docket. Ms. Woodley is fulfilling court obligations with Judge Brown, so I'm covering for both of us.
All right.
I can start at the top.
Go ahead.
Okay, Judge, first would be Nicholas Brian Ahern, 20 CT 1229. Your Honor, we have not been able to have contact with him. If we could have a continuance, I do see where I don't see an arrest date on this, so I'm not sure how old it's getting if it needs to be set on a 1:30 docket.
Pretty old. Although I see that he just applied for your services on February 8th.
Well, Judge, back in November, he told the court that he wanted to resolve, but he didn't have transportation to come from Pinellas County. So
I remember this case.
you did a temporary appointment of the public defender, told him he had to fill out his application. That way the PD could assist in doing a plea in absentia.
Right.
But if the public defender's office is saying they haven't had contact with him, then I would want a 1:30 docket.
That is what I'm saying.
All right. Well, let's set it for April 5th at 1:30. Defendant's presence will be required, or if you have a plea in absentia back by then, we'll handle that.
Okay, so I'm sorry, Judge, what was this date?
April 5th at 1:30.
So Judge, when we're doing that,
So that'll be for a status.
But presence required.
But presence required. And that presence can be via Zoom.
Okay. Ms. Creamy, did you have something you wanted to add?
nope, the judge answered it by saying it's a status.
Okay, I didn't want to cut you off. Next would be Dax Brendan Anderson, 20 CT 505. Judge, the plea in absentia paperwork has been filed on Showcase. The terms of that is an adjudication, $150 fine, as well as court cost of prosecution, and public defender fees.
Unrepresented. All right, let me pull that up. $90 days.
Judge, I have a problem with the plea in absentia. It doesn't talk about the enhanceability of the charge. It doesn't detail the maximum sentence. The maximum I could maybe be okay with if it wasn't in there, but because this is an enhanceable offense, it goes towards habitualization. I would feel more comfortable if that was in the paperwork so it's understood by the client.
Right.
I can impress that upon Ms. Woodley to redo that if that's what the court would like.
I think you could probably just do another affidavit. That way you didn't have to redo everything. Ms. Creamy, would you be acceptable to that?
That's fine, Judge, but it obviously would have to be sworn to. You'd have to sign it with a.
Right. Well, that's why I said an affidavit.
So in this sworn affidavit, we need to discuss the enhanceability and the max sentence.
Correct.
And how this can go towards habitualization.
Okay. All right. You want to continue it to the next one, Ms. Armpriester?
Please.
All right. We'll continue it to April 5th at 9 o'clock, hopefully for a plea in absentia.
Next is John Christian Catton, Cattin, 20 CT 2237. Judge, Mr. Catton is working on his driver's license. He doesn't have it by today. He also has a pending felony case with my colleague, Mr. Dixon. If we could have that April 5th date, please.
All right. Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right. April 5th at 9 o'clock. It's Armpriester. I'm going to put you on hold for a second. I've got Mr. Clark present. If
Sure.
I could go ahead and handle his cases.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm really scared for a while. Got my breath out. Judge, I have Luis Tung Chow, 20 CT 1475.
Okay.
Judge,
I couldn't hear those, I'm sorry.
Chow is the last name, CHAO, 20 CT 1063 and 20 CT 1475.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Judge, I spoke with the mother Friday, I believe. She's in Bolivia. Never spoke to anybody in Bolivia before, but she was there. Mr. Chow has, and he was a juvenile, as you recall. He has gotten a job. He received his social security card, which was required to accompany his birth certificate for purposes of getting an ID, so that he would have a government-issued item for purposes of a plea in absentia.
Okay.
His notary would not, be able to notarize it without seeing some sort of government ID. In addition to that, one of the problems and the reason we were going to do the plea in absentia was because we the mother could not get access to the courthouse because she worked on the COVID ward. She had been moved from that particular area, so she may be able to gain access now. So one way or the other, when she returns, we'll either be doing the pleas in absentia, or we'll be coming in hopefully to resolve it. So I don't know if you want to do another non-jury pretrial, or if you want to set up for a plea with the understanding there may be a plea in absentia before, or they may be showing up on that day.
Okay.
If they don't gain access to the building again, I'll have to explain to you, Your Honor, that that's why.
Right. Do you know when she's returning?
The reason she was in Bolivia was because her father/grandfather died, and she was doing funeral arrangements and whatnot. I believe she may be coming back on Wednesday, but I don't know how the international travel is going to work or anything of that nature. So I don't want to set it too soon.
Right.
And they also have to have enough time for him to get the ID identification, if that's going to, I don't know how long that takes to process.
Okay. You want to do April 5th at 1:30?
For a plea, Judge?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, April 5th at 1:30. And so that can be in absentia or in person.
And if something else comes up, Judge, if we need to reschedule, I'll get with your judicial assistant.
Okay. All right, that sounds good.
I believe that's everything I have on your docket, Judge.
Yes, I don't see any other cases.
Very well. Thank
All
you
right.
very much for taking me. You have
All
a
right.
great day, Judge.
Thank you, you too. All right, let me go back to Ms. Armpriester.
Judge, I am just pulling it up. Judge, next would be Cameron Davis, 20 CT 1405. If we could have a continuance, we have been seeking to get in touch with him.
Judge, I'd ask for a 1:30 docket, presence required. This case has been pending since end of July.
I understand.
All right. April 5th at 1:30 for a status, defendant's presence required.
Okay. Your Honor, next I have Jose Antonio Dominguez, 20 CT 1835. Your Honor, we've put in an investigative request as the number we have is no longer in service. If we could have the April 5th, but not at 1:30, just to give us time to hear back from investigations.
Ms. Karimi?
Judge, I'd ask for 1:30 at the last court date in January. The public defender, I'm not sure who, said that they were having difficulty speaking or trying to contact the defendant then. We're a little over a month out at this point.
I understand. 1:30's. I wasn't aware of that. 1:30 is fine.
All right, April 5th at 1:30 for a status, defendant's presence required.
I'm going to go through all of Ms. Woodley's cases and then I'll go to mine if that's okay.
Okay.
Next would be Marie Rebel, 20 CT 1808. Your Honor, Ms. Rebel is speaking with an immigration attorney. Her offer is relatively decent in this case. It's a withhold. If we could have the April 5th date to hear back from her immigration attorney.
Any objection?
Your Honor.
All right, April 5th.
But could I have 1 second?
Two cases, right?
Does she have two? Oh, she does have two.
She has another case, Judge. Oh, yes, that's also set for today.
21 CT 33 in which she's unrepresented. Looks like I made a temporary appointment at the last court date on that one, but the application wasn't filed in that case. I'll go ahead and make another temporary appointment in 21 CT 33. Perhaps Ms. Armpriester, you could have your investigator reach out to her to get another application done for that case.
Making note of it now.
And I have no objection to the April 5th date.
All right, we'll continue both cases to April 5th at 9 o'clock.
Okay. Judge, next is Jose Soto,
I need a case number.
20 CT 1431.
Thank you.
Your Honor, if we could set this for trial. 4 or 5 is fine.
All right, state ready, April 5th.
Judge, I'm gonna need a few minutes.
And Ms. Armpriester, you will need to set up the interpreter for that also.
Yes, Your Honor, I will make a note of that.
Okay. I'm just checking the officer's availability.
Fine.
Judge, the officer seems to be available, so we can be ready on April 5th.
All right, April 5th at 1:30 for trial.
Okay. Next is Aisley Torres, 21 CT 004. We've been unable to contact her. She also has a ERC case with Ms. Dernbach. If we could please have the April 5th at 9 a.m.
Ms. Creamy.
I'm looking at the felony case, Judge. Has the felony attorney been able to reach her?
Not that I can see, but I do think that is a somewhat newer matter than this one, if memory serves correctly.
All right, Judge, I don't have an issue with the continuance.
All right, we'll continue it to April 5th at 9 a.m.
Okay, and then
I'm showing one other case for Ms. Woodley.
which one, Judge?
Last name Infantes, first name Yon Oro, 20 CT 2250.
How's that last name spelled?
INFANTES.
My apologies. Your Honor, we have not been able to contact this client. We've also not had luck with our investigator. If we could have the April 5th at 1:30 date.
Any objection? All right, April 5th at 1:30 for a status, defendant's presence required. Okay, now I think we can move on to yours, Ms. Armpriester.
Okay. Thank you for being patient with me, Your Honor. I greatly appreciate it. Okay. First, I believe I have Mr. Ray Espino. He is working on his license.
I'm sorry, I need a case number.
Oh, I'm sorry, 20 CT 745.
Thank you.
Okay.
If we could please have the April 5th, he's still working on getting his license.
Case is going to be a year old come April 5th.
He keeps representing to me, Judge, that he's working on it and making progress. If we want to set it for an in-person status, that's fine. I just hate to set it for trial when he has been making progress.
It's creamy.
Judge, I want to set it for trial. This case is it's going to be a year old.
Can we set it for a status at 1:30? Let's just set it for trial. That's fine. And I will let the state know if we have a resolution.
Okay. All right, April 5th at 1:30 for trial.
Judge, could I just have a moment, please?
Yes.
Judge, thank you.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Ms. Armpriester.
Next is Marcos Gaspar Sanchez, 20 CT 1986. If I could please have April 5th. This case is from December at 9.
I see that a motion to depose state witnesses was filed back in January.
Yes, Judge. I received the sworn statement, so I did not set my motion for hearing.
Okay. Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, April 5th at 9 o'clock.
Next, I have Marisol Galvin Hernandez, 20 CT 2089. Your Honor, I have not had a ton of contact with her. She's been very difficult to reach. If I
She showed
could.
up in the courtroom today and I sent her to your office.
Okay, great. If we could please have April 5th. I'm sure we got contact information from her.
Any objection?
No, Judge, that's fine.
All right, April 5th at 9 o'clock.
And then next would be Manuel Martinez Correa, 20 CT 2409. Your Honor, if I could please have April 5th at 9 a.m. for a continuance.
Right, and to let you know, Mr. Martinez also arrived in the courtroom and I sent him to the 5th floor.
Thank you, Judge.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, April 5th at 9 o'clock.
Next is Raimundo Mendez, 20 CT 2429. Your Honor, we have been trying to search for him. If we could set this for April 5th at 1:30.
Did he show up in the courtroom?
I would be requesting status, not trial.
Raimundo Mendez? No. I didn't write his name down. Okay. What are you requesting?
If we could set this for status at 1:30 on April 5th.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, let's set it for April 5th at 1:30 for a status, defendant's presence required.
Next is Euripides Plana. Your Honor, while I understand that this case is getting very old, it's from October, he does have a pending case with Mr. Ward. I don't want to plea him out yet. If we could please have April 5th. I have had contact with him, as has Mr. Ward.
Right.
Can I have case?
20 CT 1814.
Any objection?
I'm just looking at the felony, Judge. No, Your Honor, but I'd ask that it be the final continuance.
If we're going to do a final is there any way to go one more cycle into May, just so that that allows him and Mr. Ward to tie up whatever loose ends they need to in there?
The felony case, Your Honor, isn't a violation of probation. It's a new charge. So I don't know how the two would really be related. There's no reason to hold this case up.
All right, let's go to April 5th at 9 o'clock.
Next is Victor A. Valdez Suarez, 19 CT 2835.
And he also has 21 CT 287, which I'm showing he's not represented on.
Okay.
Looks like that just got transferred to me yesterday.
Okay. Judge, this case is really old. I'm not sure if the new law offense. If we could go to April 5th at 1:30, please.
Judge, on the new case, it was set for arraignment on Thursday with Judge Crown. I was present. The defendant was not present. And so I asked the court to set it to today because he had his other case set with you this morning.
Okay. He's not in custody, is he?
I don't see that he's in custody.
Okay. All right, well, I'll go ahead and make a temporary appointment of the public defender in 21 CT 287. Any objection to continuing both cases to the next date?
Judge, in full candor to the court, today was marked my final continuance on 19 CT 2835. I just want to be honest about that.
Yeah, I saw that.
And Judge, it sounded like Ms. Armpriester earlier had requested the 1:30 docket for a status, so that would be the state's preference for both cases.
All right, we'll set both cases 1:30, April 5th for status. I'm going to require the defendant's presence just because the 19 case is so old.
Your Honor, I know Your Honor provisionally appointed me on 21 CT 287. Madam State did say that his arraignment was moved until today for purposes of the record, if I may enter a plea of not guilty on his behalf, and we'll continue it to the April 5th at 1:30.
Okay.
And then last but certainly not least, I see Ms. Aaliyah Warden. Your Honor, this looks like a relatively new case for me. If I could please have the April 5th date.
I need a case number, Judge.
All right, April 5th at 9 o'clock.
Judge, I'm sorry, can I have a case number?
21 CT 41.
Yeah. I have no objection.
All right, thank you. All right, we do have a person who's pro se that's in custody, Michael Chester. So why don't we run through the other pro se ones, and then I guess we'll run over to hearing room 3-4.
Okay, Judge.
Okay. Did you let the jail know? Okay. All right. 10:15. Okay, perfect. All right. And then Ms. Armpriester, if you could appear for that in case he wants the public defender.
Same Zoom code, or shall I come in person?
Same Zoom code.
Sure, no problem.
All right. All right. First up, Jada Armani Campbell, 20 CT 2592.
20 CT 2592.
Correct.
Okay. Bench warrants, is that what we're doing?
What's that?
Bench warrants?
We're addressing the failure to appears.
Okay.
All right, so I see that she appeared via Zoom at our last court date. She didn't appear today. Do you want to set it for a status for April 5th at 1:30?
Yes, Judge, that's fine.
All right, April 5th at 1:30, defendant's presence required. Next is Jeffrey Cherenfont, 20 CT 954.
Looks like he was previously re-noticed from January to today. He did not appear.
All right, I'm gonna go April 5th at 1:30 for status.
I can't ask for a bench warrant now.
No.
Okay, then yes.
All right, April 5th at 1:30, defendant's presence required.
I say that because other judges tell me I can, and it's a little confusing.
I think based on the order that I send out, you probably can't.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, next is Lionel Gonzalez Rivas, 20 CT 2559. Do not have that on your docket. 20, it's under Gonzalez. Looks like this was a diversion fail.
No, I think we offered diversion. It wasn't a fail out.
Okay. You want to set it for status?
Yes, Judge.
All right.
I imagine nobody's being turned away at the door. We haven't heard of anything.
I haven't heard of anyone being turned away today. All right, April 5th at 1:30, defendant's presence required. And then Justin Wanzer, WANSER, case number 20 CT 1335.
That one I don't have. Oh, 1335. Okay, got it.
Got it. Okay. Want to set it for a status?
Yes, Judge.
All right, April 5th at 1:30 for status, defendant's presence required.
So did we do Michael Chester?
No, we're going to go to 3-4 to do that
Oh,
because
that's
he's
one
in custody. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay. All right. So Ms. Karimi and Ms. Armpriester, if you're still there, I'm going to have to log off of Zoom and then log back in from the other courtroom.
Okay.
Okay. Same Zoom codes. Okay, we are here for the afternoon criminal non-jury trial. We have Ms. Karimi from the state. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Ms. Woodley. All right, why don't we go ahead and we've got Mr. Fayette in the Zoom room. Why don't we go ahead and cover his case? Roberto Reyes Cardenas, case number 21CT95.
Judge, I'm pretty new on that case. I'm asking to continue it. It's not complicated. I should be ready next time up.
Okay, any objection?
Your Honor.
All right, April 5th at 10 o'clock.
Thank you for your time, Judge.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fayette. All right. Do I have Brett Allen Nance present? Okay, we'll recall it. Ms. Woodley, I'll let you call your cases in which you've got clients in a courtroom.
Oh, thank you, Your Honor. I have Mr. Earl Johnson in 20CT1012 against your court, please.
Okay, I'm showing that he's got two cases.
I'm not represented, or I don't represent him in 20CT1979. I'm not sure if the state has an offer in that case or not.
All right, Mr. Johnson, if you could come up to the podium. Could you raise your right hand to be sworn?
You swear or affirm that the testimony that you give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Good morning, Mr. Johnson. I'm showing that you can put your hand down. You've got two cases today on the docket. One of them you're represented by Ms. Woodley on, the other one you're not represented on. That's case number 20CT1979. In that case, I'm showing that you are charged with failing to register a motor vehicle and attaching a tag not assigned. Did you get that registration fixed?
It was a loan car, because of my father's property.
Okay. Do you want to have the public defender represent you on that case? All right, I'll make a temporary appointment of the public defender.
So I'll have to go and get the application done to the clerk's office now it's fully on your case moving forward. Do you have an offer on the case at this point?
Ms. Karimi, do you have an offer for Ms. Woodley on 20CT1979?
Yes, on count one, it would be an adjudication, a $200 fine plus all costs. And on count two, it's an adjudication and composite costs.
Ms. Creamy, he is fighting cancer and just came from radiation this morning. Any chance you would lose a $200 fine on the second case if he was to resolve both cases today?
Your Honor, I'm really sorry, I can't hear her.
All right, I'll try to speak a little louder, or unless Your Honor wouldn't mind repeating what I said.
She asked if you would waive the $200 fine in order to resolve the case today.
For both cases or just the one?
For both cases. For both
As I told you earlier last week, I'm not dropping the fine on the case that you represent him on that was set for trial today.
No, I was asking for the case that I'm not represented, that I just got appointed to.
I would lower the fine to $100 on that case.
And just so you know, Ms. Creamy, he is battling cancer and just came from radiation today. I don't know if that changes things for the fine, but he is having some financial difficulties, including some personal problems with his two brothers who just passed away and having to bury them. I apologize for bringing that up, but that is relevant for his financials.
Your Honor, Ms. Woodley has my email address. That's things she could have provided to me prior to today's court appearance.
Ms. Woodley, what are we doing today on these two cases?
He'd like to resolve both cases, both the one I'm on, 20 CT 1012 and 20 CT 1979. So he's going to be withdrawing his previous plea of not guilty, entering a plea of no contest to the following agreed upon terms. In 20 CT 1012, it's going to be an adjudication of guilt, a $200 fine, and all court costs, including court costs, special prosecution, and public defender fees. And then in 20 CT 1979, it's going to be an adjudication of guilt, $100 fine, and all costs.
There are 2 charges in that case.
Yes, and on count 2, it's an adjudication and composite costs.
All costs, was it?
Was it $100 fine in that one or not?
Just a $100 fine on count 1,
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay.
90 days to pay in both cases. Do you have a plea form, Ms. Woodley?
Oh, yes.
So will you state your name for the record? Mr. Johnson, your attorneys indicated you wish to withdraw your previously entered pleas of not guilty, enter pleas of no contest, and accept the state's offer to resolve both your cases. Did you understand the offers in both of these cases?
Yes.
Do you have any questions? Do you want to accept them? Are you pleading guilty or no contest? I have a plea form in front of me. Is this your signature on this form? And by signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you? Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand all of the rights listed on this form?
Yes.
And you understand that you're waiving those rights by entering your plea? Do you understand that your pleas will be used against you in a deportation proceeding if you're not a United States citizen? Are you under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or medication? Are you suffering from any mental illness? Are you satisfied with your attorney's advice? Has she done everything that you've requested? Any additional questions from you, Ms. Karimi?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Woodley, will you stipulate to venue and a factual basis for the pleas? All right, sir, I'll accept your pleas, find them knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently entered upon a factual basis and in your best interest. In case number 20 CT 1012, I'll adjudicate you guilty, impose a fine of $200 plus all court costs, including costs of prosecution and public defender fees. I'll give you 90 days to pay. If you need more time than that, you'll have to work out a payment arrangement with the clerk prior to the end of 90 days. And then case number 20 CT 1979, I'll adjudicate you guilty as to count 1, impose a $100 fine, all court costs, including costs of prosecution and public defender fees. As to count 2, I'll adjudicate you guilty and impose composite costs. I'll also give you 90 days to pay in that case. All right, I'm gonna have you step over here to be fingerprinted. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Ms. Woodley?
We're here on behalf of Ms. Montefiore in case number 20 CT 881, Ramiro and Joseph Cruz, judging the use of his Spanish.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks.
So, I'm just seeing what the application in case number 20CT81 for your Mendoza Cruz. CT is 20CT81. Looks like this is set for a mandatory court appearance. To be perfectly honest, I'm not sure what was expected for this client. I don't have any notes on file. I apologize.
Did he get his license?
No, it's not.
Are we entering a plea or are we setting it for trial?
If I could have 5 minutes, is this to be recalled? I think he's the only client left in the courtroom that's on my docket.
All right, we'll recall it.
If I could be excused for 5 minutes.
Okay. All right, let me go to Mr. Brown on Zoom.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Mr. Brown.
I have 4 cases on the docket today, Judge. I had hoped to be
Okay.
there in person to try to resolve them, but I'm going to ask if the state doesn't object. I'll address them one by one, but I just want to give the court a preview. All of them, I believe, have offers that would be appropriate for a plea in absentia. If it would be all right if I set them for a date for that, Judge. So
Well, I
get
think
the-
you may have a couple of them in the courtroom.
My problem is I'm not there. If the court wants to accept a plea there with the interpreter without me being there, we can do that. I don't know if the court's comfortable doing that.
I mean,
The cost, I know there are cost and withhold offers, except for the only one I'm not sure of is Mr. Hernandez, but I know on the other 3, there are cost and withhold offers that have been communicated to them.
I'm okay with accepting them if you've already, talked to them.
Should have, Judge, yes.
Okay.
All right, well, if that's all right, then I'll just go down the list. I have Nelson Carrillo Gonzalez, 20 CT 2107.
Okay, is that you?
No, he's the last guy on the docket. C-A-L-L-E-S-C-N-O-R.
Okay, let me call your cases, Mr. Brown.
Yes,
Because
sir.
we've already got somebody that's at the podium. Jose Valesnor, case number 20 CT 2556.
Yes, Your Honor. Chris Brown for Mr. Valesnor. In that case, the state's offer is a withhold of adjudication, $150 fine, court costs, and cost of prosecution.
That's correct, Judge.
All right. And Madam Clerk, we'll do 90 days to pay on all cases that resolve without probation today.
And I believe he would like to accept the plea at this time, Your Honor. I'm sorry, I'm not standing there with him. I've never done it this way before.
Okay. He said he believes he wants to accept the plea at this time.
What do I have to do?
It's a withhold of adjudication, a $150 fine, court costs and costs of prosecution. I'd give you 90 days to pay. If you need more time than that, you'll have to work out a payment arrangement with the clerk prior to the end of 90 days.
Okay, fine.
All right. Do we have you signed a Spanish plea form yet?
He has not read it.
All right, we're gonna give you a, do we have a Spanish plea form there? Do you need it in Spanish? Can you read Spanish or English? Okay. All right, we're gonna recall your case as soon as you've had an opportunity to read that. Okay, we'll recall that case, Mr. Brown.
Thank you, Your Honor. And again, I apologize. For Mr. Villasenor, it's a long trip. That's why I was going to set it for a plea in absentia so he wouldn't have to come back. But if he wants to resolve it today and the court doesn't mind giving him a moment to do the plea form, I appreciate that.
Okay. All right, do we have Nelson Ishmael Carrilla Gonzalez present? Case number 20CT2107 with Mr. Brown, and your client's present.
This does not become a recurring pattern, Your Honor, with me not there to help them with the plea form. But in this case, for Mr. Carrillo Gonzalez, the state's offer is a withhold of adjudication, court cost, and cost of prosecution. My office has discussed that with him, and my understanding is he's wishing to take that today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sir, have you had an opportunity to read the plea form yet?
No, I have not read it, no.
Okay, we're gonna have you take a seat so you can read the plea form, and then we'll call you back up. And then we have Iran Hernandez, case number 20CT2313. Mr. Hernandez, I don't believe is present. Okay. Mr. Brown, what would you like to do?
Your Honor, may I request a continuance of that case to a pretrial conference? I expect to resolve the plea in absentia. I need to email Ms. Karimi about a couple of details on that one.
Okay, Ms. Karimi?
That's fine, Judge.
All right, April 5th at 10 o'clock. And then Hector Ivan Padilla, 20CT1877. I don't believe he's present.
I would make the same request if Ms. Karimi has no objection to do a plea in absentia and set a control date of April 5th.
Right. Ms. Karimi?
No objection.
All right, April 5th at 10 o'clock.
And Ms. Karimi, should I be emailing you about Mr. Hernandez? Is Ms. Bonilla officially gone now, or?
Yes, she's gone. You can email myself or Mr. Stewart, or both.
I'll email you. If I email two people, a lot of times then the person thinks the other one's answering, right?
Well,
So
we're
you're the
pretty
lucky
good.
winner.
We're pretty good about talking to each other, but
Okay. All right, will do.
Okay. Mr. Villasenor, did you finish reading the plea form? All right. Case number 20CT2556. Sir, could you raise your right hand to be sworn by the clerk?
Swear or affirm that the testimony that you give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes.
All right, will you state your name?
Por favor, diga su nombre. José Salto.
Do you have another last name?
¿Tiene otro apellido? Villaseñor.
And your attorney has indicated you wish to withdraw your previously entered plea of not guilty, enter a plea of no contest, and accept the state's offer to resolve your case. That offer was a withhold of adjudication, $150 fine, all court costs, including costs of prosecution. Is that the offer you wish to accept today?
I didn't understand what did you say.
Okay. Your attorney has indicated you wish to withdraw your previously entered plea of not guilty, accept the state's offer to resolve your case, which was a withhold of adjudication, a $150 fine, all court costs, including costs of prosecution, would be imposed. I'd give you 90 days to pay those.
Oh, it's all right.
Is that the offer you wish to accept?
Okay, it's fine.
Do you have any questions about the offer?
Well, if you tell me what it is that I have to do.
Mr. Brown, sounds like you might need to have another meeting with Mr. Vallasenor.
Again, Your Honor, I do apologize. Originally, my intent was to be there with in court present if any of them did come today. Yes, I agree. And I'd asked for that same control date on April 5th, and he has to travel. So if the court sets it for April 5th, would the court allow me to do it as a plea in absentia after we speak with him?
Yes, you may do a plea in absentia that date.
Appreciate it.
Any objection, Ms. Karimi?
No, Your Honor, are we going to set it at 9 or 1:30?
We'll set it for 10. Did we set his others for 10?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we're going to reset your case for April 5th at 10 o'clock. Make sure to stay in contact with Mr. Brown before that court date.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay, got it. Is it all?
That's it for today. All right, let's go back to Nelson Ishmael Carrillo Gonzalez, case number 20 CT 2107. Sir, will you raise your right hand to be sworn by the clerk?
Swear or affirm that the testimony that you give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I do.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Will you state your name for the record?
Néstor Ismael Carrillo González.
And your date of birth?
Fecha de nacimiento. 23 September 23rd, 2002. September 23, 20.
Right. And sir, your attorney has indicated you wish to withdraw your previously entered plea of not guilty, enter a plea of no contest, and accept the state's offer to resolve your case today.
Yeah.
That offer again was a withhold of adjudication. All court costs, including costs of prosecution, would be imposed. Is that the offer you wish to accept today?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions? 2002, right? Your date of birth? It is September 23rd, 23. Okay. Do you have any questions about the offer?
No.
All right. Are you pleading guilty or no contest?
Está presentando una declaración de culpable con el
2002.
Madam Interpreter, I'm advising him, no dispute though, no contest.
Señor, está presentando una declaración de culpable con el disculpo. No cambie.
All right. I have a plea form in front of me. Is this your signature on this form?
No tengo los documentos de
And by signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you. You have to answer the questions out loud, sir. Did you understand all of the rights listed on this form?
Yes.
And you understand that you're waiving your rights by entering your plea today?
Yeah.
Do you understand that your plea will be used against you in a deportation proceeding if you're not a United States citizen?
Yeah.
Are you under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
Are you suffering from any mental illness?
No.
Are you satisfied with your attorney's advice?
Yeah.
Has he done everything that you've requested? Mr. Brown, will you stipulate to venue and a factual basis for the plea?
I do, sir.
All right, sir, I'll accept your plea. Find it knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently entered on a factual basis and in your best interest, withhold adjudication, impose all court costs, including cost of prosecution, and give you 90 days to pay. We're going to have you step right over here to be fingerprinted. Thank you, sir. All right. Thank you, Mr. Brown.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate your patience today. And I'm sorry for using so much of the court's time fruitlessly. I'll get those other 3 cases resolved.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Have a great day, sir.
Thank
You too,
you.
Ms. Carini.
Hi.
All right, we'll go back to Ms. Woodley.
Your Honor, I'd like to call on the bracket here. And thank you for the court's time. I appreciate it. The last minute change in plan for Rashad Mitchell and 20 CT 277.
Okay.
If I could have a continuance, he has paperwork in his hand, he has a valid driver's license. It's just not gonna pop up for his screen because it needs 5 to 7 business days. You just pick it off on one of tickets out of county. So if it comes up as search, it's gonna probably take 5 business days, 5 to 7 business days.
Did you provide copies of the documents to Ms. Carini?
I just found out right now, so I.
Judge, this is the one that Ms. Armpriester said this morning was either going to be a plea or he'd have his driver's license.
Correct. May I see the paperwork?
Yes.
This is for the elections agency. That was the D6, that was the 8-hour class. And this is from the table after the drug test.
So what is it you're waiting on?
When I went to the DMV, okay, something.
Well, he's waiting just for it to, the DMV is gonna clear, it's gonna go through as a valid driver's license and by 7 business days to the DMV. It takes a few business days to show that he did in fact pay, for the fines.
Well, did they give you a temporary license?
He said because of the collection agency, but it shows that I paid him off, so that's where the people there, and just make up on collection agency. He said that's what's gonna be, withheld, because they have to take 5-7 days for them to update their system to send to the court, for the court system to review.
So did you take the driver exam?
Yes, today.
The written?
That's what the receipt is upstairs. It's like a folded one, and then there's a
Right.
little receipt upstairs. I did it today.
Then you took, what, the written exam?
No, that's
The driving? Okay. Ms. Karimi, what do you want to do?
I don't know, Judge. I was under the impression that he was gonna either have his license or he was gonna plea. Which is why I asked the court if we can call off our witness.
Right.
So the offer is a withholding court costs. If they're asking for a continuance, I guess I would defer to the court on that.
And he's done as much as he could for today.
Where's Ms. Armpriester this afternoon?
She's actually covering for my 24th. Hindsight probably would have been better to have it.
What date are you requesting, Ms. Woodley?
The April 5th, or even sooner, he just needs 7 business days.
Well, Ms. Karimi, what is the offer going to change if it shows that he has a valid license?
Yes, Judge, I would drop the case if he had a license.
All right, I'll continue it to April 5th at 1:30 for a status. Mr. Mitchell, when you get your license, you might send a copy of it to your attorney so that you may not have to come back. Okay. All right. Okay, thank you, Mr. Mitchell. We'll give you a notice on that.
And then I think the only Ramiro Mendoza Ruiz, which was a Spanish interpreter. I can get a continuance on that. It's 20 CP 881.
What's the purpose of the continuance?
Based on the notes, he hadn't spoke with Mr. Armbrister and
The case is 300 days old as of today.
Well, I don't want to use the court's time going over an offer with him and his options. I can.
I think that'd be a good idea.
All right, we can recall that to the end or.
Okay. All right, I'm showing another case with Ms. Armpriester. Gerson Ferreira Nunez, 20 CT 295.
It doesn't look like we've been able to get in contact with him.
All right, Ms. Karimi, what would you like to do in that case?
I can't hear her, sorry, Judge.
Not present, unable to contact.
The state would request a bench warrant.
All right. Any comments as to bond? Looks like this was, are we sure this person's not in custody?
I'm not sure about that.
Ferrer, Ferrer Nunez. I'm showing it bonded. $500 was the original bond amount. Comments as to bond, Ms. Karimi?
$100. I don't know that he's previously bench warranted. The state would request $1,000 bond.
I think that makes sense.
Just as it doesn't have, I'm not showing any prior criminal history or failures to appear.
Okay. All right.
Ask for us for $500 based on no prior criminal history,
Well, that's the bond amount he's out on right now.
or $750.
All right, bench warrant $1,000. All right, and Ms. Woodley, I'm going to give you some time to speak with Mr. Mendoza Cruz. Do I have Brett Allen Nance present? Case number 20 CT 1890. Hello, are you Mr. Nance?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're here on a driving while license suspended or revoked offense. Did you get your driver's license reinstated?
I did at one point, and I just happened to check my status online about a month ago, and it was revoked for 5 years.
Did you get another driving while license suspended while this one was pending? Well, why was your license suspended for 5 years?
I have everything right here. Please, if you look at anything.
Have you gone to the Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles to find out why?
Well, they suspended my license for non-payment of the ticket,
Okay.
and then I had court, and then after that court date, I went and got my license back, and I was still waiting on another court date. I happened to miss that court date, and then I think that's when they suspended my license.
He got 3 civil DWLSRs within the time period, and I think that's why they habitualized him.
But everything is paid for and paid off.
Do you understand that you have the right to an attorney? If you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you. How do you want to proceed, Mr. Nance?
Defendant's fine.
I'm sorry?
Defendant's fine.
You want me to appoint the public defender? All right. All right, I'll make a temporary appointment of the public defender. Let's give Ms. Woodley a moment to come back in. You'll still need to apply for the public defender to get a permanent appointment. You can do that on the first floor where it says customer service. Make sure to do that before you leave the courthouse today, okay?
I have to apply for.
The public defender, okay? All right, and this is Ms. Woodley. She's an attorney with the public defender's office. Ms. Woodley, this is Brett Allen Nance, case number 20 CT 1890.
All right, the driving case?
Yes, driving while license suspended or revoked.
If we can get a continuance to the next court case, we can apply, and I can talk to him in private.
All right. Any objection?
Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Nance, we're going to continue your case to April 5th at 9 o'clock. Don't forget to go to the first floor and apply for the public defender, and then stay in contact with the public defender's office before your next court date, okay? All right, thank you, sir. All right, and then Ms. Woodley, you'll let us know when you're ready to continue with Mr. Mendoza Cruz. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mary, did you tell me that the lights came on and then went off again?
No, I turned them to see if they were, I turned them off, turned them back on, and they came on, and then they flipped right back out like
Okay.
they are now. So. Had to be a breaker or something on one of these lights, which is top and the bottom of these.
Okay.
I thought the interpreter name, when he gave date of birth, I thought she said 2002, and then I thought she's changed it to 3.
Well, I think she said September 23, 2002, or she said 23rd, and he said 3.
Oh, okay.
So it kind of had us all a little confused.
Motion to eliminate hearing tomorrow?
Yes.
What?
The clerk was asking if we have a motion in limine hearing tomorrow.
When is that?
Set for 1:30 tomorrow.
Yeah. I know, girl, I just saw it too.
Apparently, the attorney forgot to file a notice of hearing.
Okay. I wonder if this is on my calendar.
I believe it's Ms. Woodley's case,
Yes, it is.
because I didn't see it on the calendar this morning either.
Okay. I have to figure out who's covering it. It might be me.
I thought the person was entering diversion. Based on what was said last week, but I don't know.
Judge, when Ms. Woodley comes back in, could we address it? Because I am so short-staffed. If this isn't something that's going, I would like to know today.
Okay. Talk to her about it when she comes back in.
Thank you.
Oh, this is the one Friday when you gave it. Oh, okay, they were talking about that. Yeah, okay.
Sorry for the delay.
Okay.
Okay, but
All right. We have Ms. Woodley back with us. Ramiro Mendoza Cruz, case number 20 CT 881.
yes, if you will be on behalf of Mendoza. I'm asking for continuing on that. He is trying to get a driver's license. He went to the DMV to pick up a ball. But he was turned away for He does believe he can get a valid driver's license. He doesn't have a criminal history, and I don't see on his driver's record that he's been charged with this before. I'd like an opportunity to contact the attorney in a better position if you'd like to come in with a valid driver's license.
Ms. Creamy?
I couldn't hear why he couldn't get a license earlier, Judge.
I'm not sure why he hasn't been able to get a license in the last 294 days either.
When he went to the DMV, he was turned away. Because he needs a book for his writing part, writing portion. At the time when he went, there were restrictions in place on who can come in.
Mr. Mendoza Cruz, can you get your driver's license by April 5th?
Yes, I was to apply for it to get 1 year.
Or Judge, if he wants to stop coming to court, he could close out his case today with a withhold at all costs.
So what am I going to do now? So if I don't, if I don't have to come back,
I believe if for multiple reasons, I think
would that be
the train.
it's important that I didn't go back on.
All right, we're going to set it for April 5th at 1:30 for trial. Mr. Mendoza Cruz's presence will be required. If it's not going to be a trial, Ms. Woodley, make sure you or Ms. Armpriester talks to the state. All right, sir, we'll have you sign for that. All right, Ms. Woodley, Ms. Karimi and I would like to address a case that's on tomorrow afternoon's docket with you. It's case number 20MM2074, Carlos Davila.
Yes. I have a motion for that case.
Okay, I thought on Friday that you informed to the court in writing as well as at the motion for ROR that he was going to be entering diversion.
And that is my intention, or
Your motion states the defendant is being offered diversion.
I was just checking to see if he is able, the problem is, if he's able to go out to enter diversion. I'm just checking to see if he's still in custody. The last time I checked, he was. He is still in custody. Out of custody, it is moot. My motion would be, it would be necessary to have it heard.
Well, I mean, is this going to be set for trial?
I asked to have it set for trial in the last trial conference, and there was unavailability for one of the witnesses, so it was continued to the next pre-trial conference based on the request.
So it's not something that we necessarily have to hear tomorrow?
No, it's not. I guess I don't know if I'm trying to get out of custody to get into diversion. But no, to answer your question, it does not need to be heard tomorrow. If he's able to bond out at the reduced bond, he will be doing, he will be entering into diversion. And it will not be a trial, so this would be a moot motion in limiting.
Well, and it seems like a fairly simple motion, although it does seem as if, based on the allegations, that it may require some testimony, Ms. Karimi.
Judge, if Ms. Woodley thinks her client's going into diversion, then I would ask if we could reset this motion because of my personal issues tomorrow.
Ms. Woodley?
But I'm sorry, Judge, I don't, anyway, never mind.
It's not set for trial anyway, so it's not like it's going to be going on the March 9th docket. That's fine.
Could we, it looks like it's.
If it's set for a pretrial for April, right?
Right, that's what I was gonna say on April 1st. Could we maybe set it on your motion docket that week? That's your standard motion day. I think that week, the 30th of March.
Any idea how long you think the hearing will be?
Let me take a look at the motion.
On my end.
I'm sorry, Judge, I don't even know anything about this case, even though I did file on it a long time ago.
Let me look at March 30th.
Oh, yes, I remember this. I don't really understand the motion, Judge. It's a little, I couldn't tell you because I don't think the motion's specific enough, which is, I understand a different story, but it's just talking about interactions with a witness. Whose interactions? That's what I'm not sure. So I can't tell the court how long this motion would be.
Okay. Well, I mean, there's nothing stopping us from hearing it at the calendar call on April 12th if it is set for trial. All right, why don't we just leave it set on the 1st, and if it's going to be set for trial, we'll hear the motion in limine on April 12th. How does that sound?
So do you want me to set it for April 12th now and take it off tomorrow's docket?
Ms. Woodley?
I have no problem with that.
Because if she's not announcing ready, then I think that we should save April 12th for the cases that are actually ready.
I would agree with that. I think we just need to cancel tomorrow and leave it set on April 1st. And then if you're ready for trial, then we can hear the motion in limine.
And I did announce ready for trial last trial.
That is true. She did announce ready for trial at the pretrial, but the state wasn't ready due to witness availability.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Judge, to not be a pain, but she has also represented the court previously that he's going to go into diversion on this case, not only orally, but in writing. So which is it? Are we ready or are we going into diversion? Because I feel like we're wasting everybody's time.
Well, when your offer changes based on my client's immigration hold, it certainly changes things on my end.
All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to cancel tomorrow.
Okay.
And we're going to leave it set for pretrial on April 1st.
Okay.
And we'll see where we're at come April 1st, whether he's entered diversion or whether we're going to set it for trial. Okay. All right. Anything else we can address on that then? I think that was the only one set for tomorrow afternoon, correct? Okay. All right. Anything else, Ms. Karimi?
No, Judge. Just so you know, tomorrow I am covering 2 courtrooms, but not necessarily at the same time.
Okay.
So Mr. Stewart will do VOP arraignments with you at 9, and then I will pick up your 10 o'clock docket.
Okay.
And I also then at 11 have to jump into Judge Brown to do his motion docket with my CLI.
Okay. We only have 7 on the 10 o'clock. And we often hear those earlier. I don't know if you'll be able to join us earlier, but.
I might be because I'm sitting with my CLI for Judge Brown's 9 o'clock docket.
Okay.
So it's possible. I can tell Mr. Stewart to let me know when he's done with your arraignment docket.
Okay.
And I don't know that Julianne sent me codes for tomorrow's hearing docket because she told me that they were in person, which I understand and we do have hearings set and I will come down for those hearings, but everything else, if I could do it virtually, that would help me out.
That's fine. They're the same as the arraignment Zoom codes.
Okay, I'll look for those.
I have one issue that I do have is one of the pending hearings, but it's not at this point. Case number? It's Travis Reeves, 1917 to 182.
CT, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think I filed an emergency hearing. I'm not sure if it was set for a hearing yet or not, but it's set for a hearing it was previously set for a hearing a month ago, and then he picked up a new violation. And on that new violation, I'm requesting that new violation, we have a continuance on that, but we still move forward on what I had already previously set. So on condition 12, I believe it is, that we move forward with that, but on the new violation, that we continue on that violation. I need an expert on the breathalyzer.
I don't understand.
So we move, I'm phrasing it correctly, on the new violation that was just picked up last week, that I get a continuance on that violation probation. So we're not going, that we don't go forward tomorrow on all of the violations of probation.
How can I go forward on some but not all?
You can just move forward on the ones that I had set, I don't know, a month ago.
What do you mean by move forward?
The hearing that I requested that we go on did not include his new violation of probation.
Judge, if I may, he was before the court at 24 as either Wednesday or Thursday of last week. I don't recall. Ms. Woodley wanted a bond. I objected. The court maintained a no bond hold. And then I asked if she would be ready on the amended affidavit for hearing tomorrow, and she stated yes, she would be ready.
And that's true. I didn't realize I needed an expert at the time, and that's my fault.
Well, I mean, I think that's something that we have to address tomorrow.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know how we have a hearing on some but not all of the conditions of violation. Either we have a hearing or we don't have a hearing.
Well, when I said it was before he picked up the additional violation of probation.
Right, but I do recall you indicating that you would be ready for a hearing on the amended one also.
And I asked that judge in the court last week because I knew I had to bring a witness in from Sarasota for the new violation. So he's prepared to come in tomorrow and testify.
And Ms. Karimi, that's why I emailed you to give you a heads up on Sunday saying I'm going to be asking for this continuance for your witness to let them know. Because I didn't realize when I said in open court that I was ready that I needed an expert for the breathalyzer.
I'm objecting to a continuance, Judge.
All right, well, we can address it on tomorrow's docket then. Okay. Anything else then?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right, that will conclude this afternoon's non-jury trial docket.
Thank
All right.
you, Judge.
Thank you, Ms. Karimi. We'll see you. All right, good morning, everyone. We're here for criminal pretrial conferences for non-jury trial cases. We have Ms. Karimi with the state. Good morning again.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, let me go to Mr. Kamadeko. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Good.
Your Honor, I'm here on behalf of Ms. Hall, 20 MM 1958. Your Honor, we will be in agreement with the state, so if you have any in-person plea dates that we can grab.
I've got, let me pull up my calendar here. The earliest one I have is March 5th, so this Friday. I don't know if that's too soon.
What time would that be at, Your Honor?
9 o'clock.
Can I go ahead and take that spot, and if there's a conflict with Ms. Hall, I'll contact your JA?
Any objection to that, Ms. Karimi?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we'll set it for March 5th at 9 o'clock for a plea.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a good day.
All right. Thank you, you too. All right, let me go to Mr. Carney. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Lee Carney here. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
All right, fine, sir.
Good.
Here on Johnny Rivera, Johnny Emerson Rivera Mateo, 2021 CT 104.
Okay.
All right, Judge, this case has been referred to pretrial diversion. I'm in the process of attempting to get that cleared with the diversion people. So it has to be reset to next pretrial.
All right. Any objection?
Your Honor.
All right.
I miss Miss Karimi. I have a question. Are you assigned to this case, or is it Mr. Stewart?
Either one.
All right, fine. Okay, because I need to speak with someone, outside of the court regarding this. Okay.
All right.
Either one of us is fine.
April 5th.
All right.
That's okay. Thank you, Mr.
What hour, sir?
At 10 o'clock.
What hour? April 5th, 10 o'clock. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. All right. Let me go to Mr. Chandler. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. I have James Lang, and I was recently appointed to Mr. Lang, I believe about a week or 10 days ago. I received discovery last week, and then I got a series of videos that appears on Friday. I haven't had a chance to look at those yet. There's also a pending violation of state probation that this is the result. This is the basis for the violation. So I believe Ms. Mead is handling the violation in circuit court. So I'm going to ask for a continuance, would waive speedy and ask the next non-jury date. It may not even be ready to be settled at that point, but I'm just letting the court know that that's kind of where we're at with things.
Okay. All right. And for the record, this is 21 CT 31. Ms. Karimi, any objection to a continuance?
Your Honor.
All right. So we'll go to April 5th at 10 o'clock.
Judge, it might be, the VOP is set on March 31st.
Okay.
I don't know if it might be better to go two cycles out, and if the VOP resolves, we can advance it.
Ms. Karimi?
I don't have a preference, Judge.
All right. Well, then let's go ahead and, Madam Clerk, let's change that to May 10th at 10 o'clock.
That'd be great. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chandler.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
All right. Thanks. You too. All right. Let me go to Mr. Gordon. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm here on Francisco Juarez, 20 CT 2375. I did file a plea in absentia.
All right. Let me pull that up.
Okay.
All right. I do see the plea in absentia in the file. Adjudication of guilt, $200 fine, court costs, cost of prosecution, and 90 days to pay.
Correct, Judge.
All right. Ms. Karimi, have you had an opportunity to review the plea in absentia documents?
I'm reviewing it now, Your Honor. That's correct, Your Honor. It looks okay to the state.
All right. Mr. Gordon, will you stipulate to venue and the factual basis for the plea in absentia?
Yes, Judge.
All right. I'll accept the plea in absentia, find it knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently entered upon a factual basis and in the defendant's best interest, adjudicate guilty, impose a fine of $200 plus all court costs, including cost of prosecution, and give him 90 days to pay. Anything else, Mr. Gordon?
No, that's it. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
Take care. You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Yep, everything's good. All right, let me go to Mr. Lopez. Good morning.
Good morning. I have
the case of Eberhard, 20 CT 502.
All right.
And on this case, well, there's also the felony case that I have to deal with. It got set for a trial period in August. Of course, this case should be resolved. Seeing as case is on the older side, can you set for a trial call in April? And I'll see about getting this one resolved.
I'm sorry, Mr. Lopez. I'm having a difficult time hearing you. What was your request?
Yes, if you can set up a trial call for the next cycle, I'll see about getting this resolved. We do have the felony case to deal with as well, which got set for a trial period in August.
Okay. Ms. Karimi,
but I think that we're able to resolve this one.
Okay. Ms. Karimi, what's your position on that?
I am unclear if he's asking to set it for trial or if he just wants to set it for like a status so his client can come in and plea.
I'm not comfortable with committing her to a plea at this point. I think that could be set for a pre-trial to see if we can work something out. If not, then we can set it for a trial.
All right. So you're asking to continue to another pretrial?
Yes.
Ms. Karimi?
That's fine, Judge.
Okay. All right, let's go to April 5th at 9 o'clock. I'm going to say final continuance on this one. I mean, I'm sorry, 10 o'clock. April 5th at 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Lopez. All right. Let me go to Mr. McGann.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. McGann.
I have one case, the last name Thomas, first name Michael, 21 CT 80.
Okay.
We would ask to continue this one time to your next non-jury trial docket. This is a condition 5 violation of the state probation.
Okay. Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, April 5th at 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. McGann. All right, let me go to Mr. Masori.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Judge, I have Jonathan Hernandez. That's 20 CT 1497.
Okay.
On his felony case, Judge, I believe we've reached a resolution. I'm currently set for a plea on that this Thursday at 1:30. Complications are that I'm also set to pick a jury in Lee County tomorrow morning, which is set to go at least 2 days. So as I informed Judge Foster, I'm not 100% as to whether I can make the plea on Thursday.
Right.
On this case, he's also ready to accept the plea. So it's just a matter of getting them docketed and scheduled.
Okay. I've got Friday at 9 o'clock if you want to set it there for a plea, or
I think I should ask for Friday at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
And I should be done by then.
Okay. Ms. Karimi, any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so we'll set it for March 5th at 9 o'clock for a plea.
And he's in custody, so he'd be brought over, or we do that over video?
We'll do it over video.
All right, but I'll be in person.
So it's more likely that it'll be later than 9 o'clock, just to let you know, because we'll have to handle the people that are in the courtroom first and get a time. I'm not sure which courtroom I'm scheduled in for Friday. So if it's not a room in which we have Polycom, we'll have to move rooms.
All right, sir. I'm currently also set.
The alternative, Mr. Masori, since he's in custody, is I have no objection to it being set on a 2:15 docket with the first appearance court this week. And I believe that's Judge Brown this week.
2:15 Friday.
If you want to do 2:15 Friday.
Well, I do have a VOP hearing scheduled in front of Judge Foster at 1:30 down there. So I guess I can try to juggle those.
Yeah, it would more than likely, it probably wouldn't be until about 3, even though it's a 2:15 docket.
Okay, perfect.
Any objection to that, Ms. Karimi?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, let's do that instead. Let's set it for 2:15 on Judge Brown's docket on Friday.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Mr. Masori.
All right, have a good day, sir.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you.
All right, let me go to Mr. Mendoza.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
This is, I represent Mr. Murcia, case number 20 CT 2219. We're still trying to obtain some documents in the case from the state. So I would like to request a continuance with a waiver.
All right, any objection?
I'm sorry, Judge. Is the defense attorney waiting on stuff from my office?
We're trying to get, I spoke with Mrs. Bonilla on Friday. We would like to obtain, we're trying to obtain, not from your office, but from the sheriff, the cam, we're trying to find out if there's a cam video of prior to the arrest. So that's what I'm trying to obtain right now. Also, we're trying to determine if we're able to get the a driver's license to the defendant. So that's the reason why I need a continuance.
Okay.
I have no objection, Your Honor.
All right, April 5th at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mendoza. All right, Ms. Human, are you covering for someone today?
I am. I'm covering for Valerie Maurer, Your Honor.
Okay.
And I believe her first case is Christopher Aguirre. She's requesting a continuance with a waiver.
All right, that's 21 CT9.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, no objection. All right, April 5th at 10 o'clock.
The next one is Ismael Lopez de Leon. That is a plea in absentia, and she says that it is filed.
And that's case number 20 CT 1895. I do see the plea in absentia in the court file. Looks like it's a withhold of adjudication, court costs, cost of prosecution, 90 days to pay,
Yes, Your Honor.
and to merge and dismiss the civil traffic citation.
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge, I'm just taking a look at it now. All right, Judge, it looks okay.
All right. Ms. Human, will you stipulate to venue and the factual basis for the plea in absentia?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'll accept the plea in absentia, find it knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently entered upon a factual basis and in the defendant's best interest. Withhold adjudication, impose all court costs, including costs of prosecution and just costs of prosecution, and give them 90 days to pay.
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe she has one more. Juan Carlos Morales Jimenez.
That looks good. And I'll dismiss this traffic citation. All right, this is case number 20 CT 2051.
There should also be a plea in absentia in the file. Withhold costs, 90 days to pay.
All right, I do see that. Withhold court costs, cost of prosecution, 90 days to pay.
Everything looks fine from the state's perspective.
All right, Ms. Human, will you stipulate to venue and factual basis for the plea in absentia?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'll accept the plea in absentia, find it knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently entered upon a factual basis and in the defendant's best interest, withhold adjudication, impose all court costs, including costs of prosecution, give them 90 days to pay.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you, Ms. Human, you too.
Thanks, Ms. Garimi.
Hi, Ms. Hewen.
All right, let me go to Mr. Paz. Good morning.
Morning, Judge. Good morning, Ms. Karimi. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Well, thank you.
I have the case of Fernando Valdivieso Astudillo. So I would check under the V's.
Okay. 20 CT 1079.
Yes, Judge. This is an MDP bounce out. So if we could just get a plea offer that I can run by Mr. Valdivieso and get a plea in absentia in the file, we could probably wrap this up.
I'll send one to you, Mr. Paz.
Thank you.
All right. So any objection to continuing it to April 5th?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so we'll go to April 5th at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge. This
All
is
right, thank
this is an expired DL case, Judge. Are you going to need prints on this, or?
Ms. Karimi is shaking her head yes.
Yes. Okay. It's not enhanceable, so that's why I was inquiring. So, okay.
Okay.
Not a problem.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Paz.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Thank you. All right. Let me go to Ms. Roger. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, thank you. Your Honor, all I have on the docket this morning is Charles Orms, case number 20-2134MM. I just dropped the diversion check off to Mr. Cruz this morning. He will be entering into diversion, but he is out of state. So I just need time to get the contract to him and back, and it should come off of your docket.
All right. You want to go to the next pretrial conference to give that plenty of time?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objection?
Your Honor.
All right. So we'll go to April 5th at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have.
Thank you, Ms. Roger. Okay, I'm showing one case with Mr. Fayette. Let me put you on hold for a second, Ms. Karimi.
Okay, Judge.
Okay, we're getting Mr. Fayette on the line.
Okay. And that's the last one, correct?
Yes. saw that yawn.
I know, I'm really tired. And the sad thing is it was just me this weekend. Usually by now I'm on my second cup of green tea, but I didn't get a chance to go get my second cup.
Right.
I'll have to wait.
Okay. Any response? Okay. Okay. All right, thanks.
Was she able to reach him?
She was on the line with him right then. I presume we're still in this courtroom this afternoon, right?
I'm sorry?
I was talking to Jim.
Yeah.
All right. Ms. Karimi, why don't we go ahead and just continue this case to 1:30, and I'll have Julianne contact Mr. Fayette's office.
Okay, Judge, that's fine.
Okay. All right. We'll see you back at 1:30 then.
Okay, take care.
Okay. Thanks, you too. All right, Madam Clerk.